Welcome to this episode. Today we're diving into the critical role universities play in validating early-stage biotech platforms, especially for companies like Biotech International Institute, or BII. It's fascinating how these early platforms often start as intellectual property or hypotheses, but need rigorous, independent validation to move forward credibly.
Yeah, absolutely. And BII's guiding principle, mechanism first, validation always, really captures that journey from a biological mechanism hypothesis to measurable, reproducible data. It's not just a slogan. It's a development philosophy that shapes how they approach early-stage research.
Right, and what's interesting is how universities fit into this picture. They bring depth, discipline, and independence that internal teams might not have. Academic labs specialize in tackling complex scientific questions, like whether a proposed mechanism is biologically reasonable, which assays are best suited to test it, or what biomarkers should be measured.
Exactly, and that independence is crucial. When research stage platforms are evaluated only internally, there's a real risk of confirmation bias. Universities provide scientific distance and rigor, helping to challenge assumptions and refine hypotheses. It's like having an independent auditor for your science.
That's a great analogy, and it's not just about confirming what the company wants to hear. A strong academic partner asks better questions, pushes for higher standards, and ultimately strengthens the credibility of the platform. This kind of rigorous, independent review is essential for building trust with future partners, investors, and regulators.
And it's also about preventing premature claims. Universities help ensure platforms don't move too quickly from idea to assertion by answering key questions like, which disease or biological models are most appropriate? What early data would strengthen the platform's credibility? It's a disciplined approach to building evidence.
Speaking of building evidence, the phrase mechanism first, validation always, really highlights the pathway from hypothesis to measurable data. Mechanism provides direction, but validation gives credibility. Universities help translate those mechanism-based hypotheses into structured, measurable research plans.
Yeah, and that can involve a wide range of studies: receptor biology, cell-based assays, biomarker development, neuroinflammation models, peptide pathway research, formulation evaluation, even agricultural field studies. The goal isn't to prove everything in one go, but to build a disciplined evidence pathway that incrementally strengthens the platform.
And BII's portfolio really illustrates how tailored these academic collaborations need to be. Take Neuroforol, for example. University partners might focus on receptor biology, cannabinoid pharmacology, CB2R/CB1R selectivity, neuroinflammation assays, oxidative stress biomarkers, and medicinal chemistry review.
Right, and the key academic question there is, how can scaffold innovation be tested through measurable receptor and pathway data? Then you have NeuroReset, which looks at neural recovery post-dysregulation, relapse vulnerability, neuroimmune activity, and circuit state changes. The academic focus shifts accordingly.
Exactly. For NeuroReset, the question is, which biological endpoints best reflect recovery mechanisms without overstating clinical outcomes? Then there's Mycoforol, which involves fungal-inspired neurobiology, neurotrophic signaling like BDNF and NGF, TRKA pathway studies, and natural product chemistry.
And the academic question there is how to translate fungal biology into measurable neurotrophic and cellular response studies. Then Precision Peptides focuses on peptide stability, pathway engagement, delivery challenges, receptor specificity, and PK/PD considerations. The question is how to study engineered peptides for stability and biological relevance before making stronger claims.
And finally, AgriShield X brings in animal science, entomology, veterinary studies, and agricultural field research. The key question is how to validate bioecological livestock protection under realistic agricultural conditions. It's a great example of how academic partnerships must be customized to each platform's scientific and validation needs.
What's also important is that university partnerships go beyond just data generation. They support education, workforce development, student involvement, faculty-led validation studies, shared grant applications, and community-aligned research. This builds scientific capacity and creates a sustainable ecosystem supporting both platform validation and broader scientific development.
Yeah, and those collaborations can strengthen grant proposals by integrating diverse expertise and community engagement. That's a big plus for early-stage companies like BII, which benefit from shared resources and translational research planning.
It's also key to distinguish academic validation from commercialization. Universities focus on answering early scientific questions with rigor and independence. Contract research organizations handle standardized development studies, scale-up, manufacturing, and regulatory compliance. Industry partners take care of distribution and commercialization, while investors provide milestone-based funding.
So universities lay the scientific foundation that underpins credible claims and successful commercialization. This division of labor ensures platforms are scientifically sound before entering costly development phases.
And that brings us to responsible communication. Since BII's platforms are research stage and patent pending, public communication must be clear about what's being explored, what hasn't been proven, and what still needs validation. Academic collaboration supports better science, study design, endpoint selection, interpretation, and public understanding, but it shouldn't be used to imply conclusions before data exists.
That cautious approach protects credibility and aligns with ethical scientific communication. It's about transparency and managing expectations responsibly.
So, to wrap up, universities aren't just collaborators. They're integral to the validation pathway. They bring expertise, independence, rigor, and training that strengthen early-stage biotech platforms. Strong platforms are built by asking better questions with the right partners, not by avoiding difficult questions.
Absolutely. And that's why BII's mantra, research stage, patent pending, built for validation, mechanism first, validation always, resonates so well. It's a reminder that solid science starts with mechanism and is strengthened through rigorous, independent validation.
Well said. It's a model that other early-stage biotech companies would do well to consider seriously.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into academic collaboration in biotech validation.
Thanks. Looking forward to our next conversation.